Hello everybody. With the recent update that allows you to have 2 evolution cards in your deck, everybody will reach a point where you have to contemplate which card you want to evolve next. The shards are not very easy to get or too expensive, so I made this video to show you which evolved cards are very strong in my opinion. It's only my opinion, but maybe it can help you to make a decision more easily. I will show a couple of videos that demonstrates the power of those 2 evolved cards. And in the end of the video, I have some deck suggestions where you can use them in. Maybe you can get some inspiration out of it. Let's start right away with the evolved skeletons. I took this particular example because the enemy uses 3 cards, which each on its own are very destructive for the skeletons. The Mother Witch, the Princess and the Bomber. But as you will see in a couple of seconds, the evolved skeletons are very hard to eradicate. I'm using the evolved Royal Giant on the other lane, but that's not what I want to show. See how the skeletons behave like some kind of fungus. They keep regenerating themselves, and I think it's very powerful to have this one in your deck. Arrows, the log or a tornado are very useful to stop them, but not everybody has it in his deck. And if they do, you can always try to time the utilization of the evil skellies after they use their spells. On to the next example. This is another video where I use my 3.3 Royal Giant Fisherman deck, which is very well known, but also still very strong. I will show you the complete deck at the end of the video. In this situation, I didn't really have a plan on how to use the evolved skeletons, other than stopping the goblin barrel. But once I used them, I figured I had to keep them alive for a little longer. So stacking my stronger cards in front of them will work out most of the times. You only need one to remain alive, and they will start spreading as a fires again, as you can see right now. In this example, I tried to use the evolved skeletons as a distraction for the mortar. Yeah, I know, not very smart. Positioning was terrible, and normally I use a stronger card as a decoy. But still I wanted to show you this example, because it shows you again how strong this card is. Even with this lock, the opponent wasn't able to annihilate the evolved skellies. Very happy with them. On to the next, the evolved wall breakers. This evolution can really turn the battle within seconds. Watch closely on the tower damage. From 2194 to 639 within a second is crazy. Even with the barrels gone, the damage is still sufficient. They really are very hard to defend. A lot of cards that will usually stop them are struggling against this evolved version. The stunning ability of the Electro Wizard, for example, isn't enough to stop them completely. I slowed this example down to show you how the evolved wall breakers work. The barrels are very explosive, but even when the defense destroys them, they continue walking with dynamite sticks in their hands and still do sufficient damage. Lots of players will try and defend their tower by placing troops close to the tower. The damage of the death barrel will kill light troops instantly. So not only will you do a lot of tower damage, it can also result in a positive elixir trade. As you can see, arrows will not stop them completely. A bad placed goblin gang either. The Skarmy doesn't stop them, and they will die trying. So I think this is also a very strong evolution, because it's so hard to stop. So both of these evolutions are a good addition to the ones you already have. I think most of the players already own the evolved Knight, Firecracker and Royal Giant, which are all favorites of mine, but a couple of low elixir evolved cards next to them are very great. Let me show you some suggestions of decks where you can use them in. This is my 3.3 Royal Giant Fisherman deck. Well known, almost a classic, but still very strong. The Royal Giant is very hard to stop, and the skeletons allow you to defend very cheaply. This is my own 3.6 Hawk variation. I like to play with the lightning instead of the regular earthquake. It can also destroy a building when the Hawk is attacking, and it can be used defensively. Throwing a lightning on top of 3 attacking cards can result in a positive elixir trade. Very powerful deck. Both evolutions are very low in elixir, so you can utilize them lots of times. This 3.1 elixir deck is very fun to play. I play this deck with a lot of pressure on both sides by switching lanes continuously, kind of a bridge spam style. But the little prince should be higher in level to use it in top ladder. Starting from Division 8 you really need a full level 15 deck. I'm just not good enough to reach Division 10 again with level 14 cards. So unfortunately, for now, I can't use every deck to really reach the top. I would stick to your fullest level 15 deck to compete. And speaking of a full level 15 deck, this is the last deck I want to show you. In this deck I swapped a building for a tornado. And if you'd like to see what a tornado can do, then watch this video in the top corner. It is a very versatile spell. You can keep applying pressure with the Hawk and the wall breakers, and the Firecracker is very useful as a backup card for them. If you have some questions about the decks, or if you would like to see some gameplay, then please let me know. I'm happy to show it. For everybody who kept watching this video till this end, thank you very much for that. I hope to see you again in my future videos. See you later.